everybody, it's me, Jessica lwhor, and we're back with another Rate the Runway, where I go through RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, Episode 7, and we go through each of these queens and talk about their looks. But what's special about this Rate the Runway, we're battling it out with the Lipsync Extravaganza, Lollapalooza, Caruza, Boats Down House, Mama. But before we get into this episode, make sure you subscribe to my channel, you've liked it, and you're making those comments. Hit the bell for notifications, and let's get into it.
Attention the whore, attention the whore, attention the whore, attention. Here I am walking down the street, seeing all the boys trying to take a peek. Shorts pulled up, a chest out right. Come on, boys, just take a bite. Look but don't touch, spin it round and round.
Alright everybody, for this Rate the Runway, we have the Lipsync. Oh, I'm tripping on my words. Alright everybody, for this Rate the Runway, instead of rating everybody's looks, because to be honest, if I were in this situation for the Lipsync Lollapalooza, I would want to make sure I was wearing something comfortable, that fit my body nice, and that I could easily perform any song to. So I don't think that's really fair to judge the looks on the runway for this episode. However, we are going to go battle by battle, talk about each of the battles, where I thought who should have won and things that I noticed, and let's see who we would have ended up with in our bottom two. So, first one was Malaysia, Baby Doll Fox, Baby Doll, Baby Doll, Baby Doll Fox, and Marsha. Let me get out my trusty little notebook, which is really my phone because it has notes, because there's a lot of songs and a lot of bitches. Okay, so they sang to Boys Don't Cry, yes, Boys Don't Cry by Anita, and in my opinion, this is where I wondered if RuPaul had the power, I know that they do, to do a double Shantae or a double Sashay Away, where they keep both of them. I didn't know if that was going to happen because there were a couple instances later on that I felt like that should have happened. However, we do get our twist at the end. With this lip sync, I think that it was really obvious Marsha was super confident. I think the strategic move that Malaysia was trying to come across with didn't really work in her favor, and although I think she held her own, there was just that little extra from the performance side for Marsha. So I do agree with the outcome that Marsha wins and she goes to the winner's pool. Now, the next lip sync that we had was Lucy LaDuca versus Spice. Okay. And this was Joan Jett, Do You Want to Touch Me? Now, this is where things changed for me. I genuinely think that Spice did better in this lip sync. I think it's because Spice was smart about picking a song that looked like their outfit, and it really told a little bit more of a story, and I feel like there was a little struggle from Lucy. Now, I think both of them struggled overall, and this is one of those cases where I was like, can you do a double Sashay Away? Because it was kind of like picking who was the worst of both of them, because I didn't really enjoy it. And that's a really hard song to perform with the beat that you've already got with that song, but I think if I had to pick one, and we're just gonna assume that I have to pick one, Spice would have won for me, and Lucy would have gone in the bottom, okay? So, your next lip sync was between Miss Selena's S15. I really like her. And that was versus Luxe Noir London. Now, I think this was a really smart move on Selena's to pick It's All Coming Back to Me by Celine Dion. One, everybody knows it, but not everybody really performs it, and I think it really caught Luxe off guard because she was ready to dance, twirl, and buck, and that's why she picked her. It's not really something that I would do for me, but I think that Selena sold it from like creating a character with it and doing all the funny pieces behind it, the comedic pieces with it. I think the performance was really well done. And it's just like when you see a queen do a song that you love performing, you love when you see them do it justice. And not that Luxe didn't look pretty and sell the lip sync of it, but there's so much theatrics to this song. Like it's really telling a story. This is the ultimate one song storytelling song because it can be like what, 6 minutes is how long the extended version is. So I agree with the judges, and Luxe Noir London goes to the bottom, which she did not like, and Selena's S-Titties makes it to the winner's circle. Now, the next one that we had was Mistress Isabel Brooks, MIB, and Jax, okay? And they had to do Tell It To My Heart by Taylor Dane. This was a really great lip sync. I really enjoyed both of them, and what I think I think that if Jax had not already lip synced so many times, that it would have been more powerful and would have sold the performance a lot more. And we have not gotten a chance to see MIB turn it out. And in my opinion, with the reveal, with how she's a powerful lip syncer, and even her split, like she turned it out. And I think that's because we haven't had the chance to see her. And although everything Jax does is super impressive, we've seen this piece of it already. Yeah. So yeah, Jax, to me, you did not win that lip sync. You did go to the bottom, and Mistress Isabel Brooks went to the top. Your final one, the one that we were all waiting for, is who is going to go against Sasha Colby, okay? Sasha Colby and Anitra. And to me, this was one of those moments where I wanted both of them to stay. I really think that even though Sasha, I think, had the leg up because she's just so powerful on the stage, that they were very evenly matched in what they do. And so I would have loved to keep them both. But I understand why they picked Sasha over Anitra in this lip sync. This was so entertaining to watch. I wish I was just there live to watch this one. Very Alyssa Tatiana moment where they both just slay. And Anitra goes to the bottom. Now, although my bottom is different by one, and I think Lucy should be in the bottom, this is how the show went. So the next one was Malaysia versus Spice. Malaysia versus Spice. And this was a moment for sure. The other one earlier, I was like, I understand why, but this is a moment for sure both of them should have gone home.
Yeah.
Or not gone home, but gone to the bottom and said, you have to do this again. Because this was disappointing for them not to know their words. I think that they both performed very well with what they could do, but it was very disappointing. And not that I don't know in that situation how I would perceive to be able to lip sync, or if I would forget things after how many songs I've already done. But I think that they sold it performance-wise, but neither of them knew what they were lip syncing to. So, however, Spice ended up in the bottom, and Malaysia, Baby Doll Fox, ended up being safe. And I guess I can agree with that because I did find myself watching Malaysia a little bit more than Spice. But that's like, who is the worst of the worst kind of thing again. Yeah. So then we had a three-way. We had a three-way, and we had Anitra, Lux, and Jax. And in this lip sync in particular, I felt like there was just too much. I don't really like when they do more than two people on the stage for a lip sync. Like when they made all six of them one time lip sync, or they've done multiple people on the stage. I really don't like it because I have a hard time figuring out who to watch more, or I feel like they're limited a little bit different. Yeah. But I feel like they all had their own highlighted moments. I felt like this was a pretty even match, and what I think sold it for Lux is that she had more control in her body and the way that she was actually performing. So they had The Right Stuff by Vanessa Williams, and I think that she just fit the song better than the way that these two were selling it. So I completely agree that Lux Noir London should have been at the top and moved down. However, let's just talk about it for a second, because I said Lucy should be in the bottom instead of Spice. So let's say Lucy had to lip sync against Malaysia. I think that Lucy would have won and Malaysia would have been in the bottom. And we'll keep that going because I want to see what I predict. So then they get a chance to save somebody, because that is the twist, and Anitra chooses to save Spice because that's not fair. And in my head, there's like that's a powerhouse move of like, you want to challenge. If you're gonna win this, you're gonna win this, and that's also a different kind of strategy. Like, you're here to win, right? And you knew you were gonna win regardless, but still, Spice gets saved and moved to the top. In my case, I think that Malaysia would have been here. And I think that if Anitra was selected, I do think she would have saved Jax, and she would have battled Malaysia, and she would have won. I think there's no way Anitra would not have won in any of these three scenarios. Yeah, however, I think that if these were the top, Jax would have been saved, and that's where I think production came into play. That's where I think I lost faith in the episode. I was agreeing with the lip syncs, I could see why, I could justify it, and then those moments happened, and I said, this is produced at this point. So it was
girls.
easiest to put Jax in the bottom or find a way to get Jax in the bottom because they had lip sync twice before, and like we could have predicted it at that point. It would have been more of a twist to see Malaysia in the bottom because I really do think Jax would have been saved. They lip sync it out, they battle it out, and I really like that Jax doesn't have this like defeated persona while she's lip syncing. She's having more fun with it. I think in the back of her head, she's like, I know I'm going home, like, I'm not gonna win, but this is my last appearance on Drag Race, and I'm gonna like give it my all and have the most fun with it. That's what the attitude that I got. And I really like seeing her have a more playful, more fun side. And of course, Nitra killed it. This was another really great lip sync to watch. They went to Finally by CC Peniston, and I love that song as a whole, but I think there's so much of yourself that you put into that song, so it's such a good feel-good song. And so ultimately, Anitra won, which we all kind of knew, and Jax, jumping rope Jax, went home. All right, everybody, tell me what you think. Do you agree with my outcome for this episode? Comment down below, and make sure to tune in next week for another Rate the Runway. Bye.
Attention the whore. Attention the whore. Attention the whore. Attention.